So I got this message the other day. I was DMing for my first time, and one of the players is a longtime dungeon master. He refused to help me, and I got pissed. Called him a gatekeeper, but now no one wants to play with me. I'm not in the wrong, he was. How do I make them understand that? GameMasters here, and I replied that my response would be too long for a text, but that I'd make a video reply. I've removed the individual's name because I don't think that they need any undue harassment, but this is my reply in a general sense to anyone else that's been in this position. For a while now, the term gatekeeping meant allowing entry or acceptance into a specific community, interest group, or domain of knowledge only to certain individuals. It was described as setting up specific barriers in order to block others from gaining access, and often manifested itself as a form of exclusivity, where the self-appointed gatekeepers would assert their own perceived authority to judge and validate the authenticity or qualifications of others, thus limiting access, discouraging newcomers, and perpetuating elitism within that given community. The term itself, gatekeeping, has somewhat morphed over the past year to now be used by others with a slightly different meaning. Now we are seeing it used as a quick attack against almost anyone who has knowledge that the seeker of said knowledge does not. But what's worse, it's targeting folks that are attempting to openly share information. Gatekeeping now means that someone is recognized as having skills that someone else doesn't have. Now wait, I wrote this down. Okay, gatekeeping now is being morphed into meaning having skills that I don't have because I didn't put in the time to learn that skill, but I'm still owed access to that skill instantly. Okay, this is the here it comes part of the video. The term gatekeeping itself is 100% used to belittle and berate. Listen, skills in something are not innate gifts. They take time to hone through dedicated efforts, practice, and learning at one's failures. To expect to magically overnight know how to be the best dungeon master on the planet, or to suddenly have the infinite wisdom to diagnose, dismantle, and repair a Mercedes-Benz 600 grosser, to have the thought that you can instantly have that knowledge is not a blaming point of gatekeeping. It's a failure in one's thought process. It's not even an instance of anyone preventing or blocking access to that knowledge. Want to know how to be a dungeon master, a great dungeon master? Get the Dungeon Master's Guide, read the book, and then begin the journey of research. There are thousands of YouTube videos on the subject of DMing. Hell, even my channel has a variety of DM-based videos. Once researched, then jump into running the game. Make mistakes. And then learn from those mistakes. There's no gatekeeping in that. The gate itself, hell, it's only wide open. In fact, there's not even a gate. I won't pretend that gatekeeping doesn't exist. I've seen it happen, but I'll never look at it from the point of view of if I can't do it instantly, then you must be a gatekeeper. Are there some who want to keep certain things to themselves? Sure. Everyone on the planet wants to have value. And yes, there are some very rude folks out there that are quite open about not wanting to share their inside secrets. But you know what? I wouldn't want to learn from that person or group anyways. If I insisted on learning from that group that doesn't want me, then all I'm ultimately doing is setting myself up to perpetuate the toxic notion onto that group that they are somehow superior, or that they themselves and them alone can dictate who a true fan is. Fuck that. In today's world, the information that I seek is literally at my fingertips. If that group doesn't want to share, all I have to do is seek the information out elsewhere. Or, and I'm going to share a big DMing secret here for you, define the information for yourself. I'm not defending the person that sent me the message that prompted me to make this video, and I'm not admonishing them. I get the impression that they were quick to call someone who had the experience a gatekeeper, but I also see it that being a dungeon master also means that you will make mistakes. That's all part of it. I've been DMing since the late 1980s, and I make mistakes every session, every game session, but I learn from those mistakes. Is it possible that the other DM was being helpful by not helping? We could certainly argue or discuss the finer points of gatekeeping, go into exacting scenarios and examples, point out specific groups that have been slighted, but that was never the focus of this video. This was more to address the quickness of how one might jump to using the term. I don't think that not getting the information you want instantly is an example of gatekeeping. Now, for a slight twist, how do you believe the balance between recognizing the value of learning a skill for yourself and fostering a sense of fairness versus someone simply expecting you to provide to them all of the knowledge that you have learned in performing that skill, how would you balance that? Let me know down in the comments below, and until next our paths cross, may you explore new horizons and unlock new knowledge and skills.